what they say. Keep it balanced. Keep it cute. But baby, my balance, it comes from above. So step light. Hold your head high. We gon' praise and still look fly. Weighing every season, heart on one side, truth on the other. Grace in my walk, glory in my cover. Step to the left, I'm aligned. Peace in my heart, made of mine. Wrist shining, Bible in my bag. Gold on my neck, Savior in my swag. Born with the scales in my head. Still I lay it all in His plan. Measured by mercy, not fame. He called my star by my name. I'm a Libra in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride. Hey, hands up high, heels on beat, praise in the club, praise in the street. Halo over this laid out lace, a little gloss, whole lot of grace. They see the charm, but He sees the core. He opened doors I ain't asking for, so I two-step, testify, slide every turn. He by my side. I'm a Libra in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride. Whoa, left, right, spin it, back, stay true. If you love the Lord, let Him shine. Hey, heart in the clouds, feet on the floor. We give Him the praise, then we give Him some more. I'm a Libra in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride.
Hey everybody, this is your girl Creole Butterfly, Libra Butterfly, Coco 929, coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful and the horses are fast. The horses are beautiful and the women are fast. It just depends on what you like. I want to say happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy kids, see how they're happy by Miss Lottie Dottie and every darn body under the sound of my voice. And you know I am the old brother, what? The smooches. So you get a smooch, you get a smooch. Everybody gets a smooch. Okay, y'all. So we are talking about some things, and this one computer keeps going in and out, so bear with me, okay? Come on, stupid computer. And nothing's changed, so. Okay, so I had a video of the uncovered body of this young man. And that's what I'm looking for now. Hold on. Okay, so a couple of these you all may have already seen. But we're going to start right here. The young man I'm talking about is Kendrick Johnson. Okay, that's the young man that I'm actually speaking on. And the reason why I've been wanting to do this, okay, but the reason why I'm bringing it up today is because everybody is talking about Nolan Wells, which is very bad. Okay, I'm sorry, what happened to him, Nolan Wells. However, people are skipping all over what happened to Kendrick Johnson. And to me, that's heartbreaking because this young man also needs justice. And shout out to his family for not giving up. Okay, not saying I don't care if it's not important to you, it's important to us. So I'm going to take my time a little bit today because we need to talk about some things that's important. Give me one moment. I'm going to pull this up. This was, I believe, the coroner, forensic pathologist. Okay, hold on.
For you, basically come to your conclusions.
When you got the body, did you feel that the body had been taken care of up to that point?
The first autopsy basically indicates that there was a fair amount of decomposition change and that the body had not been properly refrigerated initially. I believe that there was some indication that the coroner had said, well, the refrigerator wasn't working or something to that effect. But normally in a situation like that, the coroner would call one of the local funeral homes, which also have coolers, and basically have the body taken to one of them so it can be properly preserved. But it clearly was not properly preserved for several days. And that's why you had some of the decomposition change. And one of the reasons we did a lot of microscopic examinations of the area we found looked like hemorrhage was to rule that out, because blood can settle post-mortem, but the blood doesn't go outside. In other words, the blood vessels themselves simply become filled with blood and get a little bit larger, so they look like it's hemorrhage. So the reason you do the microscopics is to say, well, was the blood pushed out into the tissues? Because obviously, if you're dead, that's not going to happen. So that's why we take the microscopics. And sure enough, in Kendrick, it was obviously hemorrhage, blood going out into the soft tissues. So that means it occurred while his heart was still going.
And you feel like that you can tell that pretty definitively?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we do that all the time.
Okay.
Post-mortem versus antemortem injuries. If the medical examiner can't tell that, or that's not reliable, I mean, there's a lot of people in jail that are based on analysis of injuries just that the state has prosecuted based on things like that. Was this before death or after death? It's usually accepted all the time, except when it's inconvenient to somebody that suddenly that doesn't, it's not reliable in this case, but every other case it is. So no, it's nonsense.
The original medical examiner had weighed the lungs and they were still of a normal weight. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. Actually, that was probably the big reason, other than the fact that it seemed like a very improbable event to head down into a standing up gym mat. Even at that, it's
okay. Hey, everybody. Hey, y'all. Hey, Sissy. Hey, QR Boo. Q Robinsons and the Creole. What's going on? Tell Bama Girl Smooches I miss Bama Girl. And I don't have her email. Let me put my email right here so you can give it to her and have her email me. I want to check with her. Shoot. Hold on. Let me put it in here. Okay. I ain't got my glasses on, girl. It's supposed to be .com, okay? It should be Cocos, which is COCOS, next level at yahoo.com. So I hope that's what this is. Yeah. Okay, boo. All right, y'all. Since we've been talking about Nolan Wells, which I'm not diminishing what happened to him, I actually want to keep in front of y'all face also about Kendrick Johnson. Okay. Thank you, boo. Kendrick Johnson, the young man who his parents are still fighting in the corrupt city, and I believe it's in Mississippi. Okay, we're back in Mississippi again. They said this young boy killed himself. Okay, they said he rolled himself up in the mat. Now, catch y'all, it's so asinine, it's ridiculous. But from my understanding, allegedly, I'm gonna say that to protect myself. From my understanding, the coroner is friends with the sheriff. The sheriff is family with the family. The family also is a family with the judge people, and then the school people. Like they all in the connection. They all can. Okay. So let me let this finish, and I'm gonna show you a couple of pictures, and we're gonna talk about it. Okay. Now, I do not. Let me say this up front. I don't hate nobody. Okay. I don't hate nobody, but right is right and wrong is. I was in Georgia. Thank you. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Okay, this is to put that the forensic pathologist. Okay, let's go.
It still seemed improbable, but had the lungs been heavy and like it should have been a positional asphyxia, we probably wouldn't have done the exhumation. That was immediate. That meant that it could not be possibly positional asphyxia. You'd have to come up with some other cause of death if your primary diagnostic criteria for making the diagnosis is heavy lungs, and you don't have heavy lungs, well, you have a problem of using that as a diagnosis. And since it was the diagnosis and the lungs were not heavy, then that was a red flag immediately.
So in other words, the coroner lied, okay, which we knew that, but the coroner lied. He said something about some heavy lungs, and this forensics pathologist just said there was no heavy lungs. So you can't put that in the report if there is none. Okay. Now, why people keep fighting these parents from getting justice for their kid? Yeah, okay, let's go.
Immediately.
So is that normally your process that you do if a family or a lawyer or someone comes to you and it's like, we want you to take a second look at this? Is that what you first do before you consider exhumation, is look at?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll usually get the autopsy and the tissue samples and the microscopic sections and so forth.
Are there cases where you're kind of like, no, the findings fit what they're saying, and so you're like, there's no need to exhume? Do you do that also?
Well, the cases that I get, there has been a problem. Someone who's concerned about something. But if the first autopsy has answered those questions, then I just say generally, I don't think it's worth it.
So we did the first exhumation. What caused it to go to a second exhumation?
Well, the second exhumation was the concern about some trauma to the shoulder area.
And did you confirm that there was trauma to the shoulder area?
We dissected that area again, and it did appear that there was some trauma. In and of itself would not have been life-threatening. It wasn't a serious injury, but there was some bruising.
Okay, so maybe it just was part of what happened, not what killed him, the shoulder part.
Right,
okay.
Correct.
And do you have a theory on what might have happened or what could have transpired?
Well, I think there was an altercation, and that he probably was either struck in the neck or, more likely, arm placed around the neck and held very strongly, and he became unconscious. At which point, most likely, the pressure was released, and they probably waited for him to wake up, and he didn't.
Yeah.
And so I don't think it was a situation where it was necessarily applied until he died.
Right.
But it was probably a sudden event with an adverse outcome, shall we say.
Mm-hmm. And so did you then interpret the fact that he was put into the gym mat to be maybe somebody trying to cover up what they had done?
Yeah, I think so. And then he was rolled in the gym mat, which would explain his position at the bottom. And then he was discovered the next morning.
Mm-hmm. And what sort of contact, when you're doing these cases, do you have with the family? Do you have any contact, or they just talk to you through their lawyer, or how does that even work?
The family had come down. Of course, were not allowed into the autopsy, obviously.
Of course.
But essentially, I didn't have a whole lot of communication with them, mostly through the attorney.
Mm-hmm.
That's a potential area where you could be biased.
Of course.
This is the family. So as a scientist, you want to remove as many extraneous biases as possible, so you can keep it as objective as possible.
Yeah.
And you got to always recognize that the bias might be there, but you got to be, it's like in many medical examiners' offices now around the country, not many, should say, at least some, who recognize the fact that the pathologist can be influenced by a bunch of detectives standing around at the autopsy telling him, what happened and so forth. So in a number of medical examiners' offices, law enforcement is not allowed in when the medical examiner is doing the autopsy. You get the information later, because you don't need that information when you're making your objective observations, and that eliminates bias. The medical examiner community in general has been extremely reluctant to recognize the presence of cognitive bias. That's unfortunate, because I think some of them feel like they're another arm of law enforcement. They're not supposed to be. They're supposed to be independent medical analysis.
Right.
Yeah.
But as we said before, that always doesn't happen. And there can be economic ramifications for crossing law enforcement.
That's a huge concern in how that process works, because that shouldn't be able to be played in. Because of course, if you're worried about taking care of your family, sometimes I think you would allow things to be one way instead of the way they should be. So did you ever talk to or hear about the fact that Kendrick's dad had gone and looked at the body and also felt that where it was being stored was a warmer environment?
No, I didn't. We got the information that the coroner's refrigerator was not working, so it wasn't properly managed.
Yeah, that's one.
For you, basically come to your conclusions.
When you got the body, did you feel that the body had been taken care of up to that point?
The first autopsy basically indicates that there was a fair amount of decomposition change and that the body had not been properly refrigerated initially.
Okay. Did y'all hear that? The body had not been properly refrigerated when they got the body. In other words, he got the body and just said, screw this young man, screw his family. We're not doing none of that because my cousin's uncle's niece, nephew, he done messed up. And so what we're gonna need is for him to not have any evidence. Okay? Wait a minute. We're going to need for him not to have any evidence to be shown. All right. So give me one moment. I'm pulling up another part. And hi to everyone who's coming in and is up in the clouds and stuff. I'm talking about the Kendrick Johnson case. His parents is still fighting for the rights of their son and everything, because none of us is dumb enough to believe that, first of all, he offed himself and then rolled himself up into this mat. None of us is. I mean, I would like to see that. The only person I know that came back from death was Jesus, and then Lazarus when Jesus told him come forth. Other than that, if you already deceasables, you understand what I'm saying? How you gonna roll yourself up in the mat? You deceased, but you're gonna roll yourself up in the mat. And that's what they went with. Baby, I got some swampland that I'm going to give you, honey. I mean, that swampland, you can build the world on it. You can build a hospital, a mansionables, all the things of the things. I got so much of this, y'all. I'm trying to cut down because I don't want to, overload y'all, because it's a lot of stuff y'all can go see for yourself. But baby, when I tell you my heart goes out, today is one of my kids' 30th birthday. Shout out to you, boo. And everything. But when I tell you this is redunculous, and the fact that our kids is going through something that our grandparents and most of our parents went through, and now they want to take us through it and all of this and stuff. Let me tell you, I might like you. I might even love you, because I don't hate nobody. But baby, extra project child kicks in when people be like, girl, won't you go with us? And I look around and see that I'm the only us represented. No, that's okay. Y'all go ahead, honey. Just tell me how you like it. I'll be here when you get back. Now, we shouldn't have to do that, but y'all, I ain't trying to be funny. Times and days like this, the person you cool with that's of a different nationality might be cool with you, but it don't mean that they family still like your kind. I mean, let's just be honest. I got several friends and stuff that's of another nationality, but they'll tell me in a heartbeat, oh, don't pay attention to my uncle. If he starts staring, I say something because, he don't, like that. Okay, that's enough for me. Oh, he don't like my kind. Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you, boo-boo kitty. You ain't got to worry about it. And trust me, your uncle can try, but I got some on me. But family is family. Now, how many of y'all know if somebody of a different nationality, family member mess with you, that if you try to defend yourself, that so-called friend gonna mess with you too? Family is family. Let me pull this up right here. This is his teeth, y'all, and gums. Look at his skin. Look at his skin. They showing the cut in his mouth. you can tell that he wasn't properly stored. He's too dark. I had the whole video, y'all, of how they found him, how his body looked, everything. And that's what I'm looking for, because I want y'all to see this. Like Emmett Till's mother had an open casket, and they got all them pictures, and she wanted people to see what they did to her son. That I think that's how the mother didn't want this, the mother and the father, because they show released the videos. And I was one of the ones that got the video. Okay, so y'all seen that? Hold on. Okay, it says traumatic asphyxia, where blood pools in the head and face due to compression or impact to the neck. Blunt force trauma to the neck area, which would cause blood to pool and vessels to damage to manifest in the oral and facial tissue. Okay. Clavicle compression, consistent with a powerful blow to the neck region. This is what was in the forensic pathologist report, not the coroner, because the coroner, like I said, is connected. Okay, allegedly. So let me show y'all the next picture. And give me one moment, y'all. I'll be back in there. And y'all know if y'all can't hear me, give me a minute, because you know YouTube don't like my kind. Okay. Let me show y'all this video. Hold on. Right. Yeah, that's what I'm going to get to, Sissy. You right. You are absolutely right. Let me see. And what's so ironic, Nolan Wells, organs. Some of his organs was missing from his body too. Now make that make sense. I'm going to show y'all one last thing before we get out of here. And some people going to be mad. I'm sorry. Okay. Some people going to be pissed, but it's better to be pissed than pissed on. Okay. I keep telling you. All right. Even though I don't like everybody. I ain't gonna lie like that. I love everybody because, I ain't going to hell for y'all. I love everybody. We're going to speak truth over here. I don't care who it shades. If you Black and you do some messed up stuff, I'm going to talk about you. If you Mexican do some messed up stuff, I'm going to talk about you. If you white and do some messed up stuff, I'm going to talk about you. Okay? We equal opportunity talk about it over here. Okay? Whew. I always got to give that disclosure because people be getting mad at me. They be like, blah, 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 blah. I got people that unfollow me because they say I talk about Black things too much. Hello, her. I am B1 first. Even though I'm a mixture, okay, I'm still B1 first, okay? Okay. I've never lied about that. But I tell the truth on us too. Matter of fact, I tell the truth on us more than I do any other nationality. Right now, we just talking about what's right and what's wrong. Right is right, wrong is wrong, and that's how we stand over here. We grown people over here. You ain't got to agree with me to be over here. I ain't that whatever where I need people to agree with me. I'm self-sufficient in who I am, okay? How you doing? Next, let's go.
Now 36 cameras missed how it happened. Not what it seems, Kendrick KJ Johnson. On January 10th, 2013, it was just another school day.
And I hate that because that's one of my kids' birthday. So I'll never forget that day. Let's go.
Classes, basketball, and students cutting through the old gym, like always. Surveillance video from Lowndes High School in Valdosta, Georgia, shows 17-year-old Kendrick walking into the old gym, crossing the gym toward a corner where a bunch of wrestling mats were stacked. That night, he didn't show for plans with his friends, and he didn't come home. His family realized something was wrong and reported him missing. The next day, students headed back to the same gym.
But he rolled himself up in there. He took off his shoes and just rolled himself up in the mat. Girl.
A classmate noticed something at the top of one of the mats and realized there was a body inside. By the time they pulled the mat down and looked inside, Kendrick was already dead. His death was ruled an accident. Investigators said he'd climbed into the upright mat to grab a pair of shoes, got stuck upside down, and couldn't get out. In part 2, we'll look deeper at what the cameras did and didn't show, and his family's fight for justice in the years since. Follow so you don't miss it. He died inside his own high school gym, and somehow 36 cameras missed how it happened. Not what it seems, Kendrick KJ Johnson. On January 10th, 2013, it was just another school day. Classes, basketball, and students cutting through the old gym, like always. Surveillance video from Lowndes High School in Valdosta, Georgia, shows 17-year-old Kendrick walking into the old gym, crossing the gym toward a corner where a bunch of wrestling mats were stacked. That night, he didn't show for plans with his friends, and he didn't come home. His family realized something was wrong and reported him missing. The next day, students headed back to the same gym. A classmate noticed something at the top of one of the mats and realized there was a body inside. By the time they pulled the mat down and looked inside, Kendrick was already dead. His death was ruled an accident. Investigators said he'd climbed into the upright mat to grab a pair of shoes, got stuck upside down, and couldn't get out.
Jack, who they think they fooling? Who? You know the fact that. Hold on. Let me get this other one. Let's play this one. Hold on. I'm so mad. I bet you know what though? I bet the internet done took those videos because somebody sent them to me because they knew I was gonna do a video on this, and I had all the pictures. I mean, he looks so bad, y'all. I mean, I had how his face look, everything. They sent me the autopsy pictures, and you know, who? And I can't find it, and I'm so upset about that. But let's look at. I got 3 more of these little videos real quick. They not long. Yes, honey. When I saw them, my heart went out because I already been following this story, but I had to wait until I was mentally okay because y'all know I've been dealing with some death myself. So I'm like, I don't want to, talk about this yet, and I'm not mentally available to talk about it. Because some of this stuff, y'all, you got to be in the right frame of mind because if not, it'll take you somewhere you don't want to go.
First time by the Valdosta Daily Times, we are able to follow 17-year-old Kendrick Johnson on his final walk through the halls of Lowndes High School. Kendrick's path takes him through C wing of the building, following his third block class, which was dismissed at 1:25. We see the smiling 17-year-old make the turn and continue past the guidance and administration offices. Unlike earlier video, this video contains a timestamp from the surveillance system servers, and we can witness Kendrick enter the hallway to the gymnasium at 1:27. This time is likely accurate as it coincides with the number of students in the hallways as they would be changing classes at 1:25. Kendrick continues unimpeded down the hallway, passing other students and entering the gym at around 1:28. Note the timestamp from the still image displays a time of 12:59. Different time syncs between surveillance servers means the hallway camera was behind by 29 minutes. Cameras mounted inside the gym, which captured images of Kendrick after he passed through the doors, are on a third server, whose timestamp is 10 minutes ahead of the cameras in the hallway leading to the gym. Kendrick and another student disappear from the image after this frame as they are both now outside the limits of the motion detection system that activates the camera. The next frame shows several students passing by. A student wearing a bright green shirt is joined by a student wearing a blue shirt. These same students can be seen on the hall camera passing through the entrance of the gymnasium approximately 3 minutes after Kendrick. Accounting for the 1 frame per second capture rate of the cameras means that 3 minutes of surveillance footage translates into 18 seconds of real time. This suggests that the time between the last frame of Kendrick and the next frame on the surveillance video is approximately the same 18 seconds. For the Valdosta Daily Times video released for the first time by the Valdosta Daily Times, we are able to follow 17.
Okay, so y'all heard about the time change, right? How when he was outside of his school, not outside of his school, when he was outside of his the gym, he was entering the gym, that it actually had one time, but the screen had a whole nother time. It was a 29-minute discrepancy. I don't care what nobody say. That was not a coincidence. Okay. Y'all know at first they wouldn't release these, and then hold on. Then they released the footage. Then it wasn't the correct footage. So the parents and stuff had the subpoena for them to release the real footage and not the didactic, okay, footage. And so when they got the real footage, it started showing hold on, yeah, hold on. Hold on. Here we go. Now, this right here is Kendrick's hands. Look at his hands. Okay. These are the official GBI autopsy photographs. Look at his hands. Look at his fingertips. What you are seeing is called sublingual hemorrhaging. Okay, hemorrhaging, bleeding under the fingernails caused by trauma and impact. What you are seeing on his knuckles and fingers are lacerations, cuts, and abrasions, which means he fought. Okay. It says what you are seeing is a young man who fought back. These are not the hands of someone who accidentally fell into a mat. Hold on, y'all. Okay, yeah, I'm back. So let me see what else is it saying, because this is from the autopsy. Okay, hold on. This is what a person's hands look like when they use them to fight for their life. The official ruling says Kendrick Johnson accidentally fell headfirst into a mat and died of positional asphyxiation. You know what I think? They fought and everything. Like he grabbed him from the back on his neck, and he fought him as much as he could. And then they threw him in the mat and threw his shoes with him. Like they picked him up and dropped him down head first in the mat and then threw his shoes in there with him. That's how I believe. They grabbed him from the back. Okay. But anyway, let me finish reading real quick. The official ruling, okay, I already read that to y'all. If that is true, why does he have bleeding under his fingernails? Why does he have lacerations on his fingers? Why does he have abrasions across his knuckles? Who was he fighting? What was he fighting against? Now, add this to everything else we know. Tread impressions marked for an acidic shoe were pressed into his back, which means they stumped him. Oh, this baby. Oh my gosh. A laceration with blood pooling was found at his elbow. Blunt force trauma was found on the right side of his neck by independent pathologists. Unidentified blood was found on the gymnasium wall. I'm going to show y'all that. It was not Kendrick's. A 45-pound dumbbell was named as the weapon in a sworn declaration signed under penalty of perjury. His brain was photographed in original GBI custody during the autopsy. It was never returned to his parents. The brain was never returned to his parents. The brain was never returned to his parents. It was never recovered. It is gone forever. Kendrick Johnson did not quietly fall into a mat and die. Kendrick Johnson fought back. He gave the good fight. His body tells his story. And the people responsible for what happened to him have never been charged. While his parents are convicted of misdemeanor interference for trying to find who killed their son, say his name, Kendrick Johnson. They locked the parents up, I think for like, I don't know how long, but they weren't locked up long, but still, they locked them up because they wouldn't go away. They was trying to find out and still trying to find out what happened to their child. And I will say this flat-footed, justice will be served. Justice will be served. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because they all connected, sissy, and they all kin. They all connected some type of way. Like it came out on that 20, it was a 2020 thing that was done and everything. And they got to looking into that and people got mad because they was like, that's not fair, that you're showing how they're connected because they were honorable. You can't be honorable, boo, if you lied on the autopsy. How you going to be the coroner and lie? That means you got a stake in this. How you going to be the coroner and lie? Ooh. Okay, let's go to this one. This is the blood. And I'm saying this, y'all. Y'all got kids. Y'all better teach y'all kids. Y'all better show them history. And some people don't change. I don't care. Sure.
And about that wall in May.
And we tested it, and it was blood. And then we did DNA testing, and it was not the blood of Kendrick Johnson.
If it wasn't Kendrick blood, who blood was it?
Okay.
Did you ever find out who it was or any involved?
No, as of now, we haven't, no. But it doesn't appear to be related to our crime in any way.
What do you think about the decision not to test it further?
You can't explain it. If you're running the crime scene, then you're going to say that's potential evidence. Obviously, we're going to check this out and find out who does it belong to.
This is an athletic gym. I mean, obviously, this is where they conduct various athletic classes.
But any common sense Yoda would know you have an active crime scene. You tested it and it wasn't the person who was deceased. We need to test to see whose blood it is. My daddy was a cop. I got cops as cousins and stuff. I know how this stuff go. My daddy in turn became a detective. So I really know the ins and outs of some stuff. I don't know everything, but I do know that's first year cop stuff. You're going to take prints, you're going to take evidence, and you're going to match it. And anybody else that was in that gym that you saw on the camera, you need them to come in so they can be tested. So you can see whose DNA it is, stupid. Oh, Miss Thing.
Classes and instructions at.
A kid couldn't have scraped their knee or arm or something and got that much blood on the wall.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 impacts.
The opinion of our crime scene personnel, after looking at it closely, the blood appeared as if it had been there for an extended period of time. It didn't appear to be very fresh.
School gym. There is no way that they would allow whoever was supposed to clean this gym to leave that blood on the wall.
Thank you.
And there's the question, why was there no blood where they expected to see lots of blood? Remember the photo of that shoe investigators say was inches below Kendrick's head? Look at it again.
Thank you.
If he was inside the Met, reaching for that shoe, inside this tube, reaching for the shoe, and the shoe is beneath him, why isn't that shoe covered with blood?
Thank you.
And what do you think about that shoe not being covered with blood?
It was placed there.
It was placed there, yeah.
Hey, Sheriff Ryan. Hi. Victor Blackwell, CNN.
Chris Prime.
The Sheriff's Department has denied a cover-up, but we took the Johnsons' concerns to Lowndes County Sheriff Chris Prime.
Got some questions about the Kendrick Johnson case.
I'm not going to discuss that with you.
Why not, sir?
Because our case is closed.
The family has some concerns about why some things were not taken into evidence. There was blood on the wall.
I'm not going to discuss the case with you.
And why is that?
Because I don't want to.
Then.
Y'all heard that, but y'all heard how he said with you. In other words, excuse my French, Nagra, we ain't talking to your can. We don't like your can. And it's not funny, but that's basically what's in that undertone. I'm not discussing it with you. Like who you think you is? You better get in your place, stay in your place. I said I ain't because I don't want to. How about that? So as that their attitude with this whole thing is so in what you want me to do about it? Now I ain't even gonna, my vanilla people, if it don't fit, you must have quit. Okay. So if it's if I don't say your name, don't come for me. Because I'm gonna come for you back. I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't do it. And if you for the right, you for the right regardless. Now y'all know for yourself. If it had been a vanilla flavor, it would have been the school would have been locked down. Any nigger that walked past that door would have had handcuffs on them. They would have went to their house and locked them up. They don't care. But because there's someone of another kind, they got their permanent tan. They don't get the justice that other folks get. I don't know why we still tiptoeing around stuff like that. When y'all see your own orange guy don't even want you to have. You know what? Let me go back because I'm doing too much. It's too early, and I only had one half cup of coffee, and y'all not gonna get me in that.
And less than a minute after he'd invited us in,
What did you not understand that I said?
Ooh.
I'm through talking to him.
Ooh.
he ushered us out.
Ooh.
Thank you, Sheriff Prime.
Ooh.
I don't believe this was an accident. I think this young man met with foul play.
Yes.
The Justice Department is reviewing the pictures and the video to decide if it'll launch a federal investigation into Kendrick's death. But for Kendrick's father, the evidence is clear.
Someone murdered him. They should be in jail. They are covering it up.
Yep.
They should be in jail.
Victor Blackwell joins us now. So the former FBI agent says that the crime scene was contaminated. How so?
Well, Harold,
did y'all hear that? It was contaminated. Those of us with common sense knew that, but let's go.
Copa says that it's crime scene 101, that when you're on a scene investigating, you wear the shoe protectors. Those are the blue booties you see on the crime shows on television. Well, look at these pictures. You can see here that these investigators are not wearing the shoe protectors, and it's not so much to protect the scene, rather to protect your shoes, but it's to protect the scene from anything you could track in. And Copa says because they're not wearing those protectors, this scene was obviously contaminated.
And clearly, you tried to talk to the sheriff there.
Whoa.
And here's the thing, y'all. You can't tell me that you graduated. Hold on. Let me show y'all this picture right here. You can't tell me in cop school 101 that they don't teach you when you go into a crime scene how you're supposed to enter. And if this picture right here don't say it all, my name ain't Coco. If this picture don't say it all, yeah, hold on, let me pull this picture up. This is the young guy whose family is fighting that he's innocent and all of that type of crap. This is him, which he ain't young no more. This has been since 2013. Y'all, these parents have been fighting for 13 years. 13 years. I know some things come out later, like the parents be out 80 years old and finally they get justice after 30 years, and everything. But I'm going to tell you, this family's going to get some justice. Do you hear me? When it all goes down, it's going to go down like good gas gone up, baby. It's going to go down. It's going to hit the fan. You have skin folk who will say it ain't what. I'm not, girl, sissy. Child, hold on. Okay, let me read this real quick. It says, let's talk about Brian Bell. Not opinions, not speculations, just to document facts. Okay, the first fact is he lied to investigators. Okay, it says Brian Bell told investigators he did not see Kendrick Johnson on January 10, 2013, the day of Kendrick's death. Camera X D5 captured Brian Bell and Kendrick Johnson walking side by side. Let's go. Okay, and they was talking. Fact 2. His father was the FBI agent overseeing the investigation. Told y'all. This family, they was down Doo-Doo Creek from the start. How your son involved in a murder investigation and you the FBI agent over it? If that ain't nepotism, if it ain't I'm covering my son's butt, and everybody who know me better help me cover my son's butt if you know what's good for you. Baby, okay. Whew. Okay, Brian Bell's father, Rick Bell, was an active FBI special agent at the time the federal investigation into Kendrick's death was conducted. Ricky Bell later resigned. You already done did your due diligence, honey. Yeah. Fact 3. He was captured on camera with marks on his neck and face talking about Brian Bell. Now, we saw Kendrick's hands, didn't we? Okay. Fact 4. A sworn declaration names him. A declaration signed under penalty or perjury under 28 USC 1746 states that Brandon Bell, Brian's own brother, told the declarant that Brian Bell, Ryan Hall, and Kendrick Johnson were in the gym together and an argument started over Brian's girlfriend. Then it says Brian Bell took a 45-pound weight or dumbbell out of a bag and struck Kendrick Johnson in the head. Brandon Bell stated that the blow may have broken Kendrick Johnson's neck. His own brother said that, y'all. That's why I'm so passionate about this, because how you have a declaration like that, how you have a testimony like that from the person that is being charged, well, should be charged, from his own brother that was in the gym, that told you what happened. And then you have the forensic pathologist that said he was struck with something heavy. Huh? Okay, let's go. It said Ryan Hall was present as a witness. Fact 5. The independent autopsy confirms the weapon. A 45-pound dumbbell to the neck, blunt force trauma. Fact 6. The gym cameras went dark. Oh, how convenient. Okay. They was out for about 18 to 28 minutes. A large discrepancy. CNN's forensic analysts found over 3 hours of footage missing across multiple gym cameras. Fact 7. Hold on, make sure y'all can still hear me, because I know sometimes YouTube like to play crackhead games. Okay, fact 7. The grand jury records are sealed. Why they seal them so soon? Grand jury sealed them because you got an FBI agent whose son is involved. Yeah. Fact 8. He was with Kendrick after the school closed. Kendrick Johnson's family has been fighting for 13 years. Everyone points the responsibility person for Kendrick Johnson's death is Brian Bell. Why hasn't he been questioned and charged to stand before a grand jury? All this over some hot tail gal, in my grandmama's voice. Just a hot tail gal, just hot. Okay, let me see. Because in their eyes, time passed equals case closed when it comes to us. What you said, they know most times who it is, but they won't ever get justice, baby. But this is one time, my God, today. Ooh, child. Okay, now let me pull this up. He looks scared. He know he was wrong. It's okay. Some good happened. They gonna get justice. They gonna get justice. Come on now. Honey, I need the believers to start bombarding God, and I need people to keep that pressure on. Because this one right here, and I got one last one I'm going to show y'all. Okay. This is a synopsis, okay? It says, and I quote, "Don't forget Kendrick Johnson's internal organs were missing from his brain to his," because you know why? Remember, dumbbell hit him in the head. So from his brain to his pelvic, all right? And then this over here actually shows the missing organs, okay? And it says, missing from his brain to his pelvic, brain, lungs, heart, liver, stomach, intestine, and pelvis organs. What you take his pelvis organs for? Never forget, Kendrick Johnson's internal organs have been missing for 13 years. For 13 years, we have continued to seek answers, truth, and accountability for our son. We will not stop asking questions. We will not stop speaking his name, and we will not stop fighting for justice. Kendrick is a son, a brother, a grandson, and a young man with dreams and a future ahead of him. His life mattered. His name will never be forgotten. Say his name, Kendrick Johnson. This means everything from his brain down to his pelvic region was removed. They took more than his life. They took the truth. And what's so ironic, y'all? All most of us want to do as a people, all we want to do is just live our life. Be left alone and live our life. Why does our mere existence bother y'all like that? I've never in my life understood. I mean, they just handed something out. I got it. Hold on, hold on, hold on. We're not gonna let this go. We're not gonna let this go. I'm sorry, we not. Just like the Nolan Wells. Yeah, we're not gonna let this go because y'all done did this to too many of y'all people. And back in slavery time, y'all could get away with that and couldn't nothing be done. But we, baby, yeah, okay.
Guys, pay attention. They just handed something to the Caucasian guy in the red shirt. Caucasian guy's looking at Kendrick.
Next, the black kid in white shirt, shorts, and red backpack relays the message to the kid waiting in the bathroom and said, "Come on, it's about to go down."
I'm
The
speculating
black
what this
kid
looks
in
like.
the striped shirt exits the bathroom, and the last three kids walked into the gym after Kendrick to
He
either
got about
watch
right there.
or
He
participate.
started like he was running.
Now, right.
Family, what do you think they handed to the kid in the red shirt?
What do you guys think? I kind of think I figured it out. I haven't put it out there yet, guys. Facebook, I am going to put it out there soon.
We don't care nothing about her voice. Well, we know it wasn't brass knuckles unless he had them on while they was fighting and then took the dumbbell. But I read y'all what his own brother said that happened. How your own brother gonna testify and you not get locked up? But daddy probably got mad and said, "You'll never give no statement like that." Blah 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 blah. Okay. So I wanted to show y'all that. Who child? And this is what they got coming up. So if you can't, oh yeah, I forgot this. This is the bag, y'all, that they took. Hold on, let me make sure I got. Okay, hold on. Let me show y'all this. Now tell me this don't look like it's something wet. Make sure y'all can see this picture. Okay, y'all can see it good. Okay, look at that bag. You can tell something wet in there. Blood. Okay, let's see. I think I showed y'all this picture. I hate I can't find y'all, but I'm gonna do a part two because if I can find them videos that was sent to me, we're gonna do a closed one, and I'm gonna invite y'all over, and I'm gonna show y'all those videos because, like I said, I had the videos that was actually sent to me. So this right here, y'all, is this weekend. If you can't go, please pray. Please support. Let me show y'all. Make sure y'all can see it. Okay. Okay, y'all. So this says Justice for Kendrick Johnson. It's a rally in Washington, D.C., July the 25th, 2026, which is this Saturday, y'all. It's been 13 years, and y'all can see on the screen all the information and things like that. So hopefully, if you in that area, you can go and support him, support the family in getting justice for him. And everything. It is, just think about it. If it was your loved one, if it was you, you would want your family to keep fighting until they got justice for you. Okay. And everything. So yeah. Again, this is join us in Washington, D.C. It says July 25th, 2026. And everything. So yeah. Okay. Now, from the sublime to the freaking ridiculous. Give me one moment. And I'm telling you, folks. I'm just pulling this up because this was sent to me as well. Y'all know I did a live yesterday with the woman eating her 3-year-old, and they locked her up. Okay, so I'm going to bring up something. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, just listen. Whether you agree with it or not, just listen. Okay. Not my words.
And I'm telling you, folks, right there, how white folks got so rich. The untold story of American white supremacy. I mean, I just read about the Indian land grab, and I'm like, my gosh, man, good Lord. No wonder we don't want to teach the truth. No wonder we don't want to teach the truth, because that means we've got to look people in the face and say our forefathers were the worst people in the history of mankind. The things that they did, that manifests destiny, that kind of mentality has been atrocious. What we have done to the African Americans. The estimated number of wealth that came from slavery, from free labor, and that's what it was. And they estimate
Wait a minute. Hold on. We almost out of here. I told y'all today we was going to take our time and go over some stuff. I got 2 more short videos, I believe. Hold on. Okay. Y'all know who this is. He needs no introduction. I hate that he hasn't traveled in about 2 years because I like this guy right here. Hold on. Hold on. I said, hold on. You're talking too much, sir. I'm going to play this twice. What you said. That's why I said, if you're going to be out, hey, Hey, let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Okay, here we go. Right here. Let's go.
Here's an update on Noah Wells. He was beaten to death, and one of them crazy, guilty, murderous motherfucking boys posted a picture of him at a pool party.
New evidence has just come out in the Nolan Wells case that proves that he was murdered by those three men. There was a pool party that took place after the island, and you can see clearly in Evan's Instagram post, Nolan is there. Witnesses have put out statements saying that an altercation took place between Nolan, Evan, and two other boys, and the boys proceeded to beat Nolan to death with a metal bar and urinate on him. And all those people there watched and did nothing about it. They are no better than the people that killed him. The reason that Nolan's phone pinged on the island is because they went back and they dumped his body after they killed him. These men need to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law because they murdered Nolan Wells. Nolan Wells was murdered. Say his name.
Justice for Noah Wells. God damn it. They said they beat the boy so much with a pipe, his face was unrecognizable. And then they gonna put him in the car, in the boat, and drive him and drop him off at the island. Take his phone, try to cash app some shit, couldn't get that going, and then drop the phone off at his mama. Them motherfuckers is guilty. Conniving motherfucking dirty sons of bitches. And on that note, I'm out. Stay strapped. Look at here. If you're ever in Las Vegas, come to the Saks Theater at the Miracle Mount South Side of Planet Hollywood every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night. Showtime at 8:30. Cop those tickets now before they all gone. Come and get your gamble on, your laugh on, your fuck on. It's all legal here in Vegas. Everything happens in Vegas. Don't stay in Vegas because motherfuckers be snitching. We'll be right back. Oh, fuck it. I'm gone. Welcome back to Internet, where we give it to you straight, no chaser. Here's an update on Noah Wells. He was beaten to death. And one of them crazy, guilty, murderous motherfucking boys posted a picture of him at a pool party.
New evidence has just come out in the Nolan Wells case that proves that he was murdered by those three men. There was a pool party that took place after the island, and you can see clearly in Evan's Instagram post, Nolan is there. Witnesses have put out statements saying that an altercation took place between Nolan, Evan, and two other boys, and the boys proceeded to beat Nolan to death with a metal bar and urinate on him. And all those people there watched and did nothing about it. They are no better than the people that killed him. The reason that Nolan's phone pinged on the island is because they went back and they dumped his body after they killed him. These men need to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law because they murdered Nolan Wells. Nolan Wells was murdered. Say his name.
Justice for Noah Wells. God damn it. They said they beat the boy so much with a pipe, his face was unrecognizable. And then they gonna put him in the car, in the boat, and drive him and drop him off at the island. Take his phone, try to cash app some shit, couldn't get that going, and then drop the phone off at his mama. Them motherfuckers is guilty. Conniving motherfucking dirty sons of bitches. And on that note, I'm out. Stay
Okay. He said stay strapped. Facts. Me and some of my sissies and her friends, we all agree to go back to the Pow Pow range. I got to make sure my aim is tight and right. We're going back to the Pow Pow range. Ain't no whole lot of. I'm sorry if you don't, hey, I'm sorry you feel some way that you feel, but yeah. Especially I'm a woman. Honey, it's getting to the point. Wait a minute. Hold on, where did it go? Where did it go? Hold on. One moment. Nope. Let me just send it to myself again. Where'd it go? Did I just send it? Yeah, I know we talked about a lot today, but let's go. Get in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel. You don't have to be my friend. I agree with me to be over here, but you do have to be respectful. Okay. That's all I ask. Just be respectful to one another. If you see somebody whose comment is different than yours, allow them to be who they are. Let them rock out, but just don't be disrespectful. That's the only thing I asked. Okay. Because everybody, everybody's opinion makes the world go around. I don't want to censor anybody because I don't want my stuff to be censored. Okay. So, long as you're respectful in your comment, hey, rock out. Rock out. Give me one moment. It's coming up. Okay. And hold on. This is what I've been telling y'all for the longest. A lot of people don't listen, and that's fine. Come on. Shoot. It's trying to come up, y'all. I think 5G sucks. I think 3G was better. My opinion. My opinion. Okay, here we go, y'all. Make sure y'all can see it. Yep, y'all can. Okay.
That occurred. And there was the officials in Virginia deliberately expunged the records. They destroyed the official records and most of the private records. I've got a statement that gets into the whole thing, but basically a lot of Virginia's ruling elite claimed to be blood descendants of Pocahontas. And in their view, that meant that no one else in Virginia could make a claim that they were Native American, a descendant of Pocahontas, because to do so would mean that Virginia's ruling elite would have to be classified as all other non-whites were, which was, in quotes, and this was the law, the inferior Negroid race. This is what it was about. And with enormous hypocrisy, Virginia's ruling elite pushed policies, got them passed, and it culminated with the Racial Integrity Act of 1924.
People have actually written over the records where it was put in that they were Indian, and someone went in and wrote black over it. And you can actually see in censuses from time to time where they may have been Indian in the first 3 censuses, and then the last 6 of their life they're considered black.
We are the original people of this land. We have been reclassified, but we was already living here when the Spanish, when the French, when the British came here. We've been here for thousands and thousands of years.
Come on, Granddaddy, tell it. I don't know whose granddaddy it is.
Not only in America, but in Canada. In Mexico. Central America. Caribbeans. These people took over our lands, not only in in America, but Papua New Guinea. Africa, Australia. The Pacific Islands, or the original home of people that look like us.
There was a paper genocide that occurred, and there was the officials in Virginia deliberately expunged the records. They destroyed the official records and most of the private records. I've got a statement that gets into the whole thing, but basically, a lot of Virginia's ruling elite claim to be blood descendants of Pocahontas, and in their view, that meant that no one else in Virginia could make a claim that they were Native American at descendant of Pocahontas's, because to do so would mean that Virginia's ruling elite would have to be classified as all other non-whites were, which was in quotes, and this was the law, the inferior Negroid race. This is what it was about. And with enormous hypocrisy, Virginia's ruling elite pushed policies, got them passed, and it culminated with the racial integrity
Yeah, it's not me.
the Act of 1924.
People have actually written over the records where it was put in that they were Indian, and someone went in and wrote black over. And you can actually see in censuses from time to time where they may have been Indian in the first 3 censuses, and then the last 6 of their life they're considered black.
We are the original people of this land. We have been reclassified.
Because it keeps stopping, I'm going to stop it right here. One moment. I think we made our point today. just don't forget. Don't close your eyes. Don't forget. Just don't. Okay, just oh Lord, don't forget. Don't ever forget, and don't accept the uckery. Okay, because uh, only when you accept the stupidness. Hold on. Only when you accept what's stupid, as an accident, and it was a murder. Uh, all evidence is pointing to a murder. Put the M where necessary, but you accept it as an accident. Can it be given away? Can it be, put away and nothing to happen? So, I'm trying to tell y'all now, you know, even if you are of that same, race or nationality, stand up for what's right, because you never know when it might happen to you. Because times are changing and times are changing. There is a changing of the guard that's happening. People can't see it, but it's slowly, the wheels of justice is slowly grinding. And I told y'all the time, the changing of the guards, the head of the guards of different things is passing away. The Grim Reaper is coming and taking those that it's time, their time is up. I told y'all the angel of death is touching, not the spirit, but the angel of death is on assignment right now. And it's a whole lot of people that got to give up that ghost. He's coming to take what's his. You gotta give up the ghost. And you're gonna, like I said, keep watching. I ain't lied yet this year. Keep watching. Keep watching. Okay. That's all I can tell y'all, is to keep watching, and everything, and make sure that you're on the right side of justice. Not only that, make sure you got God first, okay? And I think it's Heidi Fly that I always say, make sure you put God first and you will make it out. I think it's Heidi Fly's take. I tend to agree with that. And also, I always say that no matter what the test, I want you to always do your best. Always do your best. And what's the sense of having wealth on this side and you're going to die and bust hell wide open? And I know a lot of y'all don't believe in hell, and that's your business. I'd rather believe that there is one and live like it's one, so I won't go just in case I'm right, than to live like it's none and then end up going because I didn't believe it. That's between you and your God, okay? Because we try to treat everybody right over here. We do, okay? All right.
Damn nickname. This the one. This the one.
It be the closest ones to you that'll sneak you first. It be the ones that say they love you that do you the worst. It be the ones you really need laying in that hurts. But I guess that's just how life goes. It be the closest ones to you that'll sneak you first. It be the ones that say they love you that do you the worst. It be the ones you really need laying in that hurts. But I guess that's just how life goes. Yeah, I miss my dad. I had to work and handle business, couldn't grieve him yet. And I was still off in my head about my sister's death. The way we found her, I just wish I didn't see it down. But okay, ain't nobody handle nothing I done been through. I done seen some shit and I done gave some people shit too. Thought I had a friend, but he had shown me what they bred through. That envy ain't nothing that I need to be next to. Everybody come to me cause I'm the strong one. Never feeling safe to cry cause I move, they all call me. And even when I do, I still be standing on my own. So why you think I need you? Everyone let me alone. Okay. Everyone let me alone. Like why you think I need you? Everyone let me alone. Baby, I'm down 10 toes on my own. So maybe I'm standing 10 toes on my own. It be the closest ones to you that'll snake you first. It be the ones that say they love you that do you the worst. It be the ones you really need laying in that hearse. But I guess that's just how life goes. It be the closest ones to you that'll snake you first. It be the ones that say they love you that do you the worst. It be the ones you really need laying in that hearse.
But I guess that's just how life goes. But I guess that's just how life goes.
But I guess that's just how life goes. Okay. But I guess.
Y'all listen to this, honey. These words is powerful, okay? Check this out again. I got to play it again because these words are powerful. If you really listen to these words, okay, you'll see. Hold on, I got me in the background. Shut up, girl. Okay, hold on.
Damn nickname. This the one.
Let's go.
It be the closest ones to you that'll sneak you first. It be the ones that say they love you, then do you the worst. It be the ones you really need, laying in that hurts. But I guess that's just how life go. It be the closest ones to you that'll sneak you first. It be the ones that say they love you, then do you the worst. It be the ones you really need, laying in that hurts. But I guess that's just how life go. Yeah, I miss my dad. I had to work and handle business, couldn't grieve him yet. And I was still up in my head about my sister's death. The way we found her, I just wish I didn't see it down. But okay, ain't nobody under nothing I done been through. I done seen some shit and I done gave some people shit too. Thought I had a friend, but he had shown me what that breath do. That in me ain't nothing that I need to be next to. Everybody come to me cause I'm the strong one. Never feeling safe to cry cause I move, they all come. Even when I do, I still be standing on my own. So why you think I need you? Everyone let me alone. Okay. Everyone let me alone. Like why you think I need you? Everyone let me alone. Lately I'm down 10 toes on my own. So maybe I'm stand 10 toes on my own. It be the closest ones to you that'll snake it first. It be the ones that say they love you, that do you the worst. It be the ones you really need, laying in that hearse. But I guess it's just how life goes. It be the closest ones to you that'll snake it first. It be the ones that say they love you, that do you the worst. It be the ones you really need, laying in that hearse. But I guess it's just how life goes. But I guess it's just how life goes. But I guess it's just how life goes. Okay. But I guess it's just how life goes. But I guess it's just how life goes. Okay.
Yeah. From Kentucky to the world, it's the city, not the scale. Creole butterfly, spread them wings, girl. Yeah. Yeah. Born to shine, Libra balance in her soul. Creole roots deep, got that heart of gold. Butterfly in motion, grace when she fly. Every room she step in, the stars multiply. Dr.Creole, wisdom with the style. That Kentucky vibe, make the world smile. Energy, crown sitting high. Royal Libra season, can't nobody deny. Creole butterfly, Libra queen of night. Glowing like the moon in that southern light. From Kentucky fields to the city dream. She the vibe, she the balance, she the queen supreme. Smooth with the talk, yeah, she cornerstone. Butterfly wings, transformation form. She lifting up hearts with the words she say. A Libra queen guiding us all the way. Hey, Kentucky pride, rhythm in her vein. Creole fire running through her name. She walk by, the whole crowd sing. Long little queen, let the bell of love ring. Yeah, butterfly, don't you slow it down. Dr.Creole in the royal. Balance in the spirit, love in her hand. Libra queen, ruler of the land. Creole butterfly, Libra queen of night. Glowing like the moon in that southern light. From Kentucky fields to the city dream. She the vibe, she the balance, she the queen supreme. Yeah. So spread your wings, let your soul be free. Dr.Creole butterfly. Eternally.
Libra queen.
Forever strong.
Forever strong.
Kentucky vibe.
Where you belong. Hey, Hamstown Ridge. Notice Boo. Check your Instagram.
Yeah.
I gotta hear this one more time, y'all. I'm sorry. This is the bomb. I'm sorry.
It's the sitting of the scale. Creole butterfly. Spread on wings, girl.
Spread on wings, girl. Yes.
Yeah. Born to shine, leave a balance in her soul. Creole roots deep, got that heart of gold. Butterfly in motion, grace when she fly. Every room she step in, the stars multiply. Dr.Creole, wisdom with the style. That Kentucky vibe, make the world smile. Energy, crown sitting high. Royally season, can't nobody deny. Creole butterfly, Libra queen of light. Glowing like the moon in that southern light. From Kentucky fields to the city dream. She the vibe, she the balance, she the queen supreme. Smooth with the talk, yeah, she cornerstone. Butterfly wings, transformation form. She lifting up hearts with the words she say. A Libra queen guiding us all the way. Hey, Kentucky pride, rhythm in her veins. Creole fire running through her name. She walk by, the whole crowd sing. Long little queen, let the bell of love ring. Yeah, butterfly, don't you slow down. Dr.Creole in the roar.
Dr.Creole, yes, come on.
Libra queen, ruler of the land. Creole butterfly, Libra queen light. Glowing like the moon in that southern light. From Kentucky fields to the city dream. She the vibe, she the balance, she the queen supreme. Yeah. So spread your wings, let your soul.
Spread your wings and let your soul be free.
Dr.Creole butterfly. Eternally. Libra queen.
Libra queen.
Forever strong.
Forever strong.
Kentucky vibe.
Kentucky vibe. Where you belong.